In today's class, we are going to learn about memory-based learning. What is this memory-based learning? Why we need to learn this concept in artificial neural network? In the sense, memory-based learning is nothing but here you are going to save your all past experiences into a memory, and those must be a correctly classified input and output examples, which means in artificial neural network you are going to store your past experiences of the situations whichever you are faced in your routine life, isn't it? Those all situations must be stored into a memory. Whenever whenever you will get the same situations, whenever you will get the same whenever you will face the same situations in future, then you may take the help of your past experiences. That the thing is called memory based learning. Here we are learning something based on the past experiences. Okay, what is the situation occurs in our past life, how we have overcome that situation, what kind of results we got at that time. Based on that study, you are going to solve today's or tomorrow's problems. That kind of scenario is called memory based learning here. Okay, here you are in need of correctly classified inputs and outputs. The input is denoted by using X subscript I. The output is denoted by using D subscript I. The I value lies in between 1 to n. Here you are in need of correctly classified inputs as well as expected outcomes to that inputs. That all should be stored in the memory. Then only those will be useful for your future, to predict your future or to take the decisions, isn't it? Okay, that is memory based learning, and this memory based learning would give mainly two kinds of results, like a binary classification problem. Here, what is a binary pattern classification problem? Always, for any kind of question or for any kind of test, it gives only two kinds of results. One is either 0 or second one is 1. Either it may be yes or no kind of answers. It would give yes or no kind of answers, or it is in the form of 0 and 1s. Okay, the 0 is called E1, 1 is called E2. Or otherwise, if you will consider the output is represented by using D. Di is the expected outcome. Here, the D1 is going to represent by using 0. D2 is going to represent by using 1. D1 is one of the output that is in the form of 0. D2 is another output that is in the form of 1. So here we are having only two kinds of output. One is 0 and one is 1. This kind of outputs come under a binary classification. Okay, these two come under a binary classification. For example, if you are going to take any test or any question that is X, So the answer for this x is, the question x is, okay, either in the form of, either you may get either 0 result or 1 result. Assume x is a question or x is a one kind of test. What is the answer for this x? Okay, whether all the students are attending for the class or not, that is my question. What is my question here? Whether all the final year students are attended today's class or not. That is my question. That is x. If yes, which means s means you should be represented by using 1. Or all students are not attended, only few students are attended means that would be represented by using 0. What is my question? Whether all the student, if all the students should be attended for today's class means my result is 1 or it is 0. Okay, here I have performed some x test. That is a question. Question for this question, either 0 or 1. This is the one of the example. Okay, how you are going to find out this one? This one by using local neighborhood concept. Local neighborhood concept. If you perform one test, okay, if you perform one test vector, you need to follow, okay, you need to follow the neighborhood concept. With this, you have one more rule, that is, okay, learning rule. Learning rule means what is the training examples you have, based on the training example, which kind of thing you have learned. Okay, based on the neighborhood rule. Okay, these two things are essential for all memory based learning algorithms. If you need to perform a learning based algorithm, then you should consider all memory based learning algorithms, okay, should give two kinds of outcomes, either 1 or 0. Okay, for calculating or for assessing the results of either 1 or 0, you need to okay, follow the neighborhood algorithms. Neighborhood algorithm, these algorithms decide your result, whether your result is either 0 or 1, based on the, okay, nearness of the things, isn't it? And also in this, to find this neighborhoodness, here you are going to calculate Euclidean distance between the neighbor nodes. So how much these are far? How much these are far from your test value? Suppose, for example, x test. My x test value is okay, some 20. Assume that x test value is 20. Okay, I have the remaining x1. Suppose x1 value is 5. Okay, x2 value is 10. x2 value is 10. x3 value is x3 value is 20. So now you need to calculate. This is my x test. X test. This is my question. So among these three values, which value is near to my 20? Okay, for this here you have formula. Xi comma X text, the distance between Xi comma X text. What is the distance between Xi? Xi is X1, 5 comma 20. Okay, as well as X2 comma 20, which means 10 comma 20, X3 comma 20, 20 comma 20. Here you need to calculate the distance between the, okay, X1 and X test, or otherwise Xi to X test. This kind of distance calculation is called a Euclidean distance. Okay, this kind of distance measurement between the, okay, between the neighbor nodes is called a Euclidean distance, isn't it? So based on this distance only, we are going to we would give the result of yes or no, which means either 0 result or 1 result, isn't it? Not only that, here we are having one more example with the k nearest neighbor. Okay, nearest neighbor nearest neighbor algorithm is there now. So that algorithm is also having one method. That method is k nearest neighbor classifier process. Within this, if you are taking the number of nodes, okay, which nodes are near to you? You are going to, I mean, which nodes are near to a some test. For example, here you are having multiple number of nodes with you, isn't it? These are the total data we have. These total data is represented by using either 1 or zeros only. Okay, so ones and zeros. This is a binary classification, isn't it? The result in the form of either 1 or 0. This is one kind of binary classification. If suppose if you want to find out the neighbor nodes for D, now, okay, I'm going to represent one D. That D is X text. X test is called D. I'm going to represent X text in the form of D. Okay, for example, this is my question or test. See, here I have represented D. Within these ones and zeros. Now I am going to ask the question: how many number of values are very close to the D? Here I can find only one value is very near to the D. That is 0. Now the D value is 0 here. Only one node, that node is also a 0. So only one in the sense that is k value. K is 1, which means how many number of nodes you are going to consider? Only one node. For example, k equal to 2. Now you should consider the 2 nodes, which means what are the 2 nodes are near to a D? These are the 2 nodes are near to a D. One is 0 and one is 1. How many number of zeros you have in this? Only 1 0. How many number of ones you have in this? Only 1. Okay, so here 50-50 chances you have. It's not a single outcome. In the same manner, if k equal to 3, now consider the 3 nodes. Okay, consider the 3 nodes which are the near to a D. These are the, now if we will take the 3 nodes, the 3 nodes are These are the three nodes, which means 1, 1, 0. These three are the near to a D. Okay, when k equal to 3, so consider the three nodes near to a D. Now we are finding, now we are in which algorithm? Nearest neighbor of a D. Okay, first nearest neighbor is 0, second nearest neighbor is 1, third nearest neighbor is 0. Now here three neighbors are considering. If k equal to 5, which means now consider the 5 neighbors. How, which neighbors are near to a D? So 5 neighbors means it may be assume. Okay, these are the values. These are the no values. So how many zeros are there here? 3 zeros are there, 2 ones are there. If we will take k equal to 5, okay. Near neighbors for D equal to, okay. How many number of ones are there? 2 ones are there. Only ones, 2 ones are there. How many number of zeros are there in k equal to 5? Okay, 2 ones and 3 zeros. Okay, this is the representation. In such a manner, you are going to calculate the nearest neighbors for a D. Is it clear? So here also we have k equal to 3. K equal to 3 in the sense, what are the nearest values for D? 0, 1, 1. Isn't it? So based on this results, you may predict your future. For example, India versus Australia match is going on tomorrow or some after 1 month. So now you are going to check your past data about India versus Australia match. How many number of times that those both teams are played? Suppose 4 times. How many number of times India won the match? How many number of times Australia won the match out of 4 matches? Okay, maybe India 3 times, Australia 1 time. Assume India 3 times and Australia 1 time. In next month, there is a chance, there is a probability of chance, okay, win the match by India based on your past experiences. Why? Because out of 4 matches, the India won 3 matches, isn't it? So based on that, you are going to predict your future match about India versus Australia, isn't it? So this kind of learning is called a memory-based learning here. Here also the zeros and ones represent, okay, winning and losing. Here 2 ones are there, which means 2 times win. Only 1 0, only 1 time that particular team lost the match. So automatically based on this probability, you are going to expect the future. Okay, this kind of learning is called a memory-based learning. Okay, studying of nearest neighbors or neighborhoods. Like, or you may call in general terms, it's a past experiences. Nearest past experiences. Sometimes we may get exact past experience. Sometimes it may be a near, just near, not exact situation. Okay, you may felt some near experience. Sometimes near experience also will get. So based on that near experiences also, how you are going to predict the situation in today's situation. That's we are going to learn in this, we have learned in this class. Such kind of learning is called memory based learning. Is it clear? Only two things here we have learned. Memory based learning in the sense, just here you are going to save your past experiences. You are going to save your past experiences in the memory. Based on that past experiences, you are going to predict the future. How you are going to study that past experiences? By using K nearest neighbor classifier algorithm. Okay, always this memory based learning would give the result in the form of either 0 or 1. This is the overall concept about memory based learning here.